On this video I will show you how to create the rope. For creating rope there is a lot of methods. A cool method and another that isn't so cool. So I'll show you the both, the normal and the cool method. The normal is here on the brushes. We've got a curved tube brush. I talk about this brush on the volume number 2. So this brush is very similar to the insertion brush, but in this case it will create a line. We will generate a new subtool, for example this sphere. Basically what it does is create a line, and a cylinder will go along this path and we will create a line shape. This is a fast method. We could move this line. If we select from this tip, we could move the complete line. It is simple like that. We create a line very easily by using this brush. And the cool way to do this, I already create a brush for use it here. For create the cord, the rope. I already show you how to create the insertion brushes, so this is the tool that we are going to use. First we will enable the stroke panel and the brush panel too. The main idea is have it here at the side. If we want to modify it, we will turn off this option. Once we are on the stroke panel, we will go to the curve option. And we could enable this option here. If we turn it off, we will just generate an insertion brush. But if we turn this button on, it will create a curve similar to this brush. But in this case, instead of a simple line, it will create a pattern about the insertion brush that we create over this brush. We could generate the quantity that we want. Once we are sure about this rope, we will click the principal geometry and the line will disappear. So the shape is already here and we can't go back. There is our line. We'll create another line here, for example this. Remember, this brush will work very similar to the other brush. If we touch the edges, we could modify the shape. Here we are fine. But if we move it closer, we could see that we've got some kind of seams over this line. We need a continuous line. For fix that, we will go to the brush panel. On this panel, we will go to the modifiers panel and we will find new options. Generally, the modifier panel got these options active. In this case, we will active the stretch option. For make this option work, we will just click over the line that we already create. So stretch, move a little the insertion brushes that we create. But we could see the seams. So the next combination is overlap we will split or spread some subtools from the others. We will move this overlap to negative and click the line. We create a hole. We will move this and try it again. And now we've got a bigger hole. Once we got enough space for connect the two pieces, for example here, we will simply press weld points, press over the line again. It will update the geometry. There. And now it will connect the insertion brushes, the geometry. And we don't have any hole on the mesh. Stretch will make larger the individual insertion brushes. The overlap option will help us to move close. Well, no, pull apart the space, pull apart one subtool on the other. And weld seams will create an extra polygon and will connect an insertion brush to the other. This chord looks better than the other. We've got this chord that gets inside of the engraves that we did, and then goes to the correct again. I recommend to you create a long chord and try to ubicate it. We select one tip and start to move. We polish a little more till we get the shape that we want. We will delete this subtool and we'll add another piece. We will move this piece inside of the clover. We will reduce the size. Well, now we've got this piece and the unification. We will use it as a base for our brush. If we got this option, this object has a dynamesh. If we were working with a dynamesh, the pieces will weld together. But this chord is not a dynamesh, so it will help us to create some kind of different subtool or polygroup. Once we've got the shape, we will start to deform it. Here, the only thing that we need to define is the white. We could change the brush size and click the line. It will change the radius of our line. There is fine, I guess. Now we will click an Alt very fast over the basic geometry. In this case, we project this line directly over the sphere. Now we hide the piece that helps us to control the line. For example, this piece is very big. So something that we could do is select a selection brush and try to delete the section that we don't want. We press close holes and close these holes. Well, first we need to press the hidden. And now we've got this part and the initial part too. This is sphere, we don't need it. So I'll press Ctrl Shift over the line. We will delete it, the hidden. Close holes. There. All this is a unique polygroup. And now we've got then the rope, the cord of our piece. The last thing is select our cork. We will duplicate it first. We will hide one. And this cork, we will duplicate it here on the cannon. It will be basically the last thing that we will do. We will create another piece that we need for the gun. I hope that you learn here a lot with this technique. I learned this technique probably 3 months ago. I hope you understand this, and your homework will be create the look of the gun. So the look, you will create it. I already show you how to do that. So don't worry about it. Try to practice. This is all for this video, and see you in the next one.